Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Allison, and I'm the Coaching and Education Manager with Horse Council BC. Today, I thought I would just take some time to go over some of the prerequisites for coach candidates. There are three prerequisites for that before you can go on to your evaluation. One is getting your rider levels, doing that evaluation, proving your riding skills and competency there, also stable management. And second of all is your Make Ethical Decisions course through the Coaching Association of Canada. And thirdly is getting your registered coach status with Equestrian Canada. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and I'll just show you where you can find all of this information. Okay, perfect. So first off, we are going to start on the Horse Council BC website, and I'll give you some details on how to access some information on the rider levels. So to start with, you'll want to type in hcbc.ca into your web browser. And then from there, you can go to the sport heading, go down to coaching, click on that, and then go find a certified coach. So to do the rider levels, it's coach-led and student-led. So essentially what you'll want to do is just set up an evaluation date with a coach who is trained to deliver those rider levels. For your instructor certification for English, you'll need your rider level 6. And for your competition coach, you will need your rider level 8. You also have the option to do the flat stream only or the jump stream. So it's kind of up to you. If you're strictly a dressage rider, flat would make sense. For Western, for your instructors, you'll need your Western rider level 4. And for your competition coach in Western, you'll need your Western Intermediate Basic Training, it's called. So this is the Find a Coach page. And I'm just gonna say that I'm looking for a coach in the Victoria area that that I can schedule a evaluation with. So I'm gonna go to location. I'm gonna type Victoria. There it pops up. I'm gonna hit that. I'm going to scroll down and search. And I'll show you what it looks like when a coach is able to do the rider level evaluations. So, for instance, here we have Claire Vesey, and you'll want to have it so it shows up this badge here. They do need to be licensed with Equestrian Canada to be able to deliver the levels. And then it will say beside their name and everything, English Rider Evaluator Rider Levels 1 to 8. And then also below her, Diana Luwal is licensed and has her English Rider Level 1 to 8. So yeah, so when you're looking, just important to find somebody with that badge and then saying that they're an evaluator as well. So yeah, so you can just scroll through those, and as you see, there's more popping up on the list as well. So yeah, I would just recommend kind of going by the location you're at and kind of starting there. Another thing is if they are your primary coach, they're an evaluator and everything, you do have to go to a coach that isn't your regular coach to be able to evaluate you for those rider levels. All right. So yeah, so that's how you find a coach there. And then from there, your evaluator will submit your paperwork to Horse Council. We process those rider levels and get payment from the coach. And we will process those and put it into our system to show that you have met that prerequisite to then go on to evaluation. So that is the first step there. Now we'll go on to the make ethical decisions, which would be the following prerequisite. And for that, you'll want to go to coach.ca and I will log into my account here. So if you don't already have an account in the locker, it's called you'll want to create one of those. I already have an account, so I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna stop sharing for just a moment so I can grab my password. There it is there. And I'm just gonna log in here. And like I said, you'll either want to create an account or log into your Locker account. And I'll just go back to sharing my screen. Okay, perfect. So now I'm back into the locker. The make ethical decisions changed as of April 1st. So now to get your make ethical decisions, you do need to do their e-learning. And then after the end of the e-learning, there is an evaluation that you do. I haven't personally taken it yet. I would like to kind of see what it's if how the changes are and everything. But I'll show you guys what that looks like. So to access it, once you're inside your locker, you'll go up to this tab here called e-learning. You'll click on that, and then it'll pop you into the multi-sport right away. So that's great. And then you're going to scroll down to the NCCP Make Ethical Decisions. You'll click that there. And this one, there is a fee to take this. So you scroll down and go to the Pay Now button here. And then it just kind of gives you details on kind of terms and conditions for this, how long you have to access it, what fees you're getting charged. So I'm gonna hit I agree to the terms and conditions and hit continue. And this is the price of it is $85 currently. And I would say, yep, that's good. And then this is where I put in my payment details and everything. So yeah, so that's kind of that process there. I won't go into actually purchasing it right now, but that's kind of the steps you'll need to make to purchase it. I don't think it takes that long to do. I think maybe about 2 hours or so. But yeah, just that is another prerequisite. And just to note that you do need to get 75% to pass. But yeah, once that is done, we will be able to see it in your locker on the back end and check that off as a prerequisite. Okay. And then next we will go into registered coach status with Equestrian Canada. So I'm just going to go over to that tab here. So equestrian.ca is where you'll want to go. I'm just going to go into the details of the registered coach status to start with, and then I can show you going into my EC, like where to purchase and everything. So yeah, so coaches and officials, coaches we're going to select. We're going to scroll down to coach status program and then scroll down from there and then registered coach. So these are the information that they're going to require. So it's not just making your payment for the registered coach status. It's going to be making your payment, but then also going into all these steps. So your screening disclosure, criminal record search, vulnerable sector check, coaching references, first aid training, concussion education, training for the Prevention of Maltreatment of Sport and Certificate of Insurance. So there are quite a few requirements here, and that does take a bit of time to get. So yeah, so if you're, say, I'm hoping to get evaluated this fall, it's a good time to start now, and getting kind of all of this in order, doing your online trainings and whatnot. And then, yeah, a more detailed look into this requirements can be found here. So you can click on that. Another page pops up. And yeah, it gets into kind of all the details. Something to note, must be minimum 16 years of age to purchase registered coach status. And that even goes for kind of what level of coaching you're hoping to enter at. So to keep that in mind, I believe 16 you can enter as an instructor, and then 18 for a competition coach. And as you get more specialized, the age number increases there. So something to keep in mind. Um, you also need, before you can purchase your registered coach status, you do need to have a Horse Council BC membership and your Equestrian Canada sport license as well. And then the fee for the registered coach status is $82. And once you purchase that, and you go and have your evaluation, you're successful for that, you then want to upgrade to your licensed status. You can go ahead and do that, and they'll credit you kind of the amount. So they're not going to charge you the license status on top of that. They're going to kind of put the registered status towards that licensed coach status fee. Yeah, so this just goes into a few more details. Kind of goes into a little bit more information of what's required from your coaching references, what first aid course is required. That is a 16-hour in-person course that is required. So just to note that. And then your concussion training and your training for the prevention of maltreatment in sport. When you purchase your sport license, you'll kind of already check those off by doing your concussion awareness and the fostering healthy equestrian environments. All right, and certificate of insurance gives you kind of details on all of that. And you can be under somebody else if it is insurance. Like if you're, say, coaching at somebody's facility and you're an employee of them, you can show their insurance for that as well. Okay, so that's that. And then, yeah, so back to just the Equestrian Canada homepage here. So to purchase your registered coach status, you'll go to My EC up at the top. Click on that, then you'll enter your sport license. So I'm just going to enter my information here and then log into your account or create one if you don't have one. And then, yeah, and this just goes into my sport license. And then to get your registered status, you'll just bump over a tab to coach status. I already have my licensed coach status, so I unfortunately won't be able to show you exactly those steps. But this is where you would go to make that purchase for that. Yeah, so yeah, those are kind of the three steps that I recommend to people kind of starting right away, just because those are what you'll need to have in order for us to schedule your evaluation and get you started on, creating lesson plans and all of that. I will do kind of a follow-up video on this to go into more detail of kind of what next steps look like, but this is a good starting place. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.